Good morning, everybody. My little avatar window is in the wrong place. Oop, that's not the right place either. There we go. Okay. And, well, I think that's probably pretty good. Okay. Doesn't look like anyone is in chat today, so other people are probably busy. That's fine. We'll continue on our own. After I've confirmed that all of the things are working. I think all the things are working. Wait. Nope. Nope. Okay, sorry, this is... Okay. Hi, D-Surge. Just give me one sec. Okay. Thank you. All right. We're gonna start now. It is Tuesday, February 7th. We're gonna be looking at the games that came out yesterday. On Monday, February 6th, we have quite a few of them today. 35 and 2 red light games. Our first game is 3D Whac-A-Mole, which sounds probably like what it says on the tin. That's my guess. It's by WXM. I think we've seen them before. I think they put up another game recently. 3D Whac-A-Mole is a very interesting game of Groundhog. The rules of the game are very simple. It is a success to fight all the gophers that come out. Okay, we have three different nouns for the critters here. We have Whac-A-Mole, so they're moles, and also groundhogs and gophers. I think those are actually all different creatures. So that's my guess. WXM, what have you done before? You made Kong Hero, right? You made this rather interesting Sun Wukong side scroller early last month. All right, it's not a VR game. I would have expected it to be a VR game, but it is not. No reviews, very, very short Steam page description. And 2 followers. Went up on January 22nd. Two followers, no reviews. I don't think this one is probably gonna do as well as their previous game, so I'm gonna guess 20 on that one. Alright, moving on to our next game, which is Alchemy Shop. Alchemy Shop is for sale for $6.49, developed and published by Feral Code Monkey. Alchemy Shop, a puzzle game where you combine ingredients on a board and craft them into potions or other alchemical products for sale to waiting customers. Okay, so we have a potion making thing. I'm incredibly distracted by this little dragon thing here because it's like sinking down. Okay, we got people walking in here. It's not clear what's going on. I'm gonna see if there's dialogue. Nope, just music. Okay. So this is a very confusing this is a very confusing trailer. I'm not sure what we're doing there. I assume that this is sort of like potion craft where you're putting ingredients in here that is going to do different things, but it is unclear how that works, what this little dragon thing is for. I think this is like the cat in Strange Horticulture, where it's just there to be cute, which it is, but it's also distracting. Yeah, no reviews. Okay, very, very small store page. You make a lot of money selling to those in need, but can you keep up with all the different recipes? Hi, Tony! we're going to be looking at Steam pages today. Thank you for dropping by. Alright. So, Alchemy Shop. Went up on the 19th of January. Cool. And picked up 2 followers. So, if I had to guess, I think Feral Code Monkey is probably a new developer. I'm guessing that they have made no other games. That's going to be my guess. No, they made a couple games. Okay. So they made Code Correction. Did I look at Code Correction? No, this was a couple of years ago. Okay. Okay. Well, Feral Code Monkey, you gotta tell people that your games exist, because you don't appear to have done that. As it stands, because of how confusing it is, I am also gonna guess maybe 20 on this one as well. Not many. Unfortunately. Best of luck. Moving on to our next game, which is Alice Running Adventures. Hello, Alice Running Adventures. Let's see what you're like. Okay, well, it's literally Alice. Okay, different worlds for you to explore, and more world are coming. Different cake types to unlock. I approve of unlocking different kinds of cake. Okay, we've got Alice. She's jumping around, picking up cakes. Running Adventure. Definitely seems to be that. Okay, so seems like a fairly basic third-person platformer. Oh, you do have you have the ability to whack blocks, but there's no strong cake themes. Okay, very, very short description here. Different cake types to unlock. Neat. Alright, also no reviews. No enemies or anything. That makes me think that the game is pretty small. One person played this, and game store page went up on January 21st. 10 followers this time, but no reviews. I think this one will do better, but probably not a lot better. I'm going to guess 60 on this one. Moving on to Ancient Guardians The Dragon, which is for sale for $3.99, developed and published by Lufix. Lufix is our next game. A medieval dragon and magic roguelike. Roguelite, okay. This capsule is not helping, I don't think. This text is basically illegible, at least for my increasingly bad eyesight. Okay, we have a low poly art style. Ooh, looks like we have lots of different powers and ability cards, I guess. And you fly around and burn at people. Okay. Is there anything else? We do have little wizard dudes in addition to the little archery dudes. So there's different kinds of characters. And you have different kinds of attacks. Ooh, that's a cool magical effect. I like that. Alright. No user reviews. Very small game description. And no reviews. Okay. So one person is playing this right now, which is pretty cool, and the game went up on the 24th of January. 12 followers and no reviews. I think this will probably make about as many sales as Alice Running Adventures? Maybe? Hard to say with this one, though. Like, it didn't get terrible followers per day. It was just up for a very, very, very small amount of time. Yeah, I'm not going to change that, though. I think I'm going to stick with that one. Alright, moving on to Ares Fighter 2. Ares Fighter 2 is for sale for $5.84, down from $6.49, developed and published by XF Game. Ah, okay, this is XF Game. They have released a bunch of this game over and over again, I think. Release date. Right, so this is Aeolus Fighter, except now it's called Ares Fighter. It's slightly wider. This was a couple of weeks ago. This company seems to re-release almost identical games with just like sort of different background maps. Hearts is Health. Everybody loves Hearts is Health. They're not like completely identical. Right here, we're picking up blue gems. In their previous game, what were they? Whoa, no, this. In their previous game, they were picking up, oh, still blue gems. So yeah, they're the same game. I don't understand the economics of this one, right? Because this is definitely something, but like it costs $100 to put a game on Steam. So if you're not gonna market your game and you're gonna keep selling the same game, so even if you have an audience, they're probably not gonna keep buying it because it's the same game over and over again. I don't know. This one doesn't make sense. All right. All right. January 20th. Yeah. So I'm not wrong. They really did not market this. They got 3 followers in that time and no reviews. So I don't know about this one. XF Games, please tell me your secrets because I'm very confused. 20 again? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, Army War Shooting Simulator, for sale for $1.09, down from $1.29. Hi, Numata. Developed by okay. So this is Yusuf Islam Sayen and Samita Kar's game for today. These guys are Inspector Studios, and they make a bunch of mostly car games. But it looks like this time they've made a little FPS game. Okay. But you can still drive a car. All right, cool. They have a mini map in this one. All right. You must take back the previously captured base in this military wargame. As a commander, you must complete all challenging missions. Seems pretty self-explanatory. Warzone will be the scene of very tough struggles. This game is not good, and the game seems like a cash grab. Do not recommend. Buy this game. This game feels like the developer put no dang effort into this junk. Do not buy this piece of bleep. So people are not super liking it, though Punk Guy 17 did give it a positive review. Okay, let's check your charts. I seem to remember that these two did make a couple of... Yeah, right. They're the people who made Bus Simulator car driving. Which is possibly my favorite game, just in terms of the name. It's a very strong name. Only 6 followers and no reviews. What am I going to guess for this one? I think this one is probably a relatively weak offering in terms of Inspector Studios. They definitely made a game, but I don't know if this one's going to particularly capture hearts and minds here. Let's see. I'm going to guess 30, probably. And moving on to Berry Madness. Berry Madness is for sale for 77 cents, down from 129. Developed and published by Ready to Play. In Berry okay, so this is another Ready to Play hiking game, I think. In Berry Madness, you need to find all the berries in the world to beat the game. Berry Madness takes place in a beautiful world. You need to find all the berries to become a champion berry hunter. Ready to Play also makes lots and lots and lots of games, but their games are almost always... Oh no, these are not the people who were making all the hiking games. So these are not the hiking games. They just look very similar. Possibly this is an asset pack? Very, very simple store description, no reviews. They are very nice assets, and the lighting is pretty good. Okay, went up on the 22nd of January. Huh. Having a bit of a dire day this morning so far. All right, ready to play. I think they made an interesting looking game, but not much in the way of gameplay. Yeah, I think I'm also gonna guess maybe 30 for this one. There are people who just like, you know, little walking around in cool places games, so I do think they'll sell a few, but not many. Moving on to Billion Bastard Bots. Interesting name. For sale for $8.99, developed by Stuart Bray and Snappy Fingers. Published by Snappy Fingers. Right, intense first-person bullet hell boomer shooter in a fully randomized cityscape, retro-style roguelike with way too many enemies all at once. Interesting. Okay, we've got sort of a very angular art style here. They've got dual wielding. Ooh, clouds of enemies. Interesting. They have a demo. Very short Steam page. Every level created on the fly never repeats. Destroy everything to progress to next level. Bullet hell, up to 200 enemies at once. No reviews. Okay. Alright, this one went up on September 13th. It's been up there for a while. But only picked up 9 followers. So I don't think their capsule was helping. The text is a little hard to read, and it's difficult to tell what's going on. I think this is one of the bots exploding, but difficult to say. And so for like a shooter, it's not particularly clear what exactly is going on. So I don't think that. I think that this is partially why they got very little in the way of followers per day on this one. I think I'm also going to guess maybe 30 for this one. Moving on to Chest Defense Saga, which is for sale for $8.09, developed by Junyang and Centillion, and published by Centillion Games. A chess-themed tower defense game with unique strategies and illustrations. Okay. And also anime girls, for some reason? Okay, I am confused as to how the chess pieces play into the turrets. I'm guessing the turrets are all different chess pieces, maybe? I don't know. Okay, very simple store page. These indie games sure are something else. Yeah, it's been an interesting morning for indie games. Normally there's more variety, but this time it seems like a lot of these are very, a lot of these are from studios I've seen before, where their business model seems to be to make lots and lots of games very quickly. Though I have no idea how they make out the cost of the app ID on Steam. Because it's not free to put things on Steam, right? This is not itch. Alright, there's one positive review here, which is Classic Defense Saga is a classical style tower defense. No save points, no choosing levels, restart from scratch when dead. This makes it similar to Goblins Keep Coming. Problems with the game, I haven't been able to find the pause button. Wow, no pause button. That's brutal. Okay. But it's one positive review, so some variety there. Two people played this, and it went up on the 24th of January. I don't know how I feel about tower defense these days as a genre in terms of like sales potential. I don't know if people are like, I think there are people still into them, but I've been doing this for almost a month now, and I haven't really seen one that really stood out. Like where I was like, oh yeah, this is bringing something to the table where I really want to try and play it, because I've never really been into tower defense games, so they leave me a little cold. But I do think that there's still interest here. So yeah, I'm gonna say probably slightly more for this one because it is a tower defense game. I'm gonna guess 100. That's gonna be my guess for this one. Good job, Jin Yang. Looks kind of neat. moving on to Crystal Storm, which is for sale for $3.89 and developed by Lucafa and published by Tekuani Games. Play as a wizard invading worlds and casting powerful spells in this action roguelike mixed with mining and resource management mechanics. Huh. Okay. Oh, you are a little wizard. Look, you got a cute little beard. And you can fly. Okay, so this is a tower defense kind of game. This is reminding me of Defend the Core, I think. So you're buying stuff. So I think the game loop is that you like go down into the mine and like bring resources back up, and then use that to like buy things to defend your castle. That's kind of cool. It's in early access. Hey, we got gifts. All right, cool, but there are no user reviews. I am going to make a guess. It's like they figure if a ton of people buy it, they'll eventually make a profit. I don't think so, because like a lot of these studios, right? Inspector Studios in particular, and Ready to Play as well, right? They've been doing this for years. They've been doing this for at least 3 or 4 years for both of those. This is a Domekeeper Fast Follow. Right, Domekeeper was the game that I was looking for. Yes, this is a Domekeeper Fast Follow, except with wizards. But to respond to Tony, these two studios at least, and I think the Ares Fighter people as well, right? XF Game. They've been doing this for a long time, right? If they were just gambling that a bunch of people would buy a game, it wouldn't be a viable marketing, like it wouldn't be a viable business strategy, right? Anyway, for this, Crystal Storm, definitely a Domekeeper Fast Follow, but I'm guessing that they didn't tell anyone about it. Yeah. Okay, so they went into early access with functionally no marketing. Yeah, and no followers. So that's going to hurt them. I definitely think that the people who are making this game have the like the chops to be able to make. For one, I think that they can make their game look better than it currently does. I think the background looks really basic, but I think that they have the people and the ability to make it look better. But yeah, I think they hit this one too fast. They went into this one too fast. So, I don't think this one's going to do particularly well, unfortunately, Lucifa. I am going to guess. Yeah, I'm going to guess 60 on this one. I wouldn't be surprised to come back to see 2 or 3 reviews for this. But probably not a lot more. If they keep it going, if they keep the early access thing going, and they really work on the game, this could grow into something cool, because I do think the Domekeeper model has legs, but they will not see immediate success with this one, I don't think. Alright, moving on to our next game, Cubic Crush Streamer Showdown. Show off your skills in the Cubic Crush Streamer Showdown. Play in the rooms. What in God's name is this? Play in the rooms of your favorite YouTubers. Use power-ups, complete missions, and let your viewers help to or punish you in Twitch mode. Okay, so this has Twitch integration. Unlock more rooms as you progress and become the king of Cubic Crush. So this is a... Alright. Alright. It's Tetris, but you're playing it in digital recreations of the rooms of like famous YouTubers. Wild. Alright. Also, I think that these people might get in trouble, because I think the Tetrimos are like copyrighted, like the individual shapes of the Tetrimos. I don't know. I could be wrong on that one. I am not a lawyer. Do not trust what I say when I'm talking legally. Okay, so they got basically no response to this one. I think this one is... I don't know about this one. Didn't have a lot of time to market it, but also apparently had very little like organic interest going into this one. The capsule's good. Like, this is a cool capsule. It just, I don't think it bears out. Like, you click on this and you're like, oh yeah, this looks cool, and then it's like, play Tetris in Ninja's bedroom. I don't know if there's a market for that. Maybe there is. I don't know. Best of luck, Moax. I'm gonna guess 20. I don't know. Who knows? Gonna move on. All right. Our next game is Endless Fireworks Simulator. Endless Fireworks Simulator is for sale for 77 cents, down from 129. Developed by IC85 and published by 66 Games. This is a fireworks simulator game. Anytime you want to set off fireworks, this is one of the best. Okay, I mean, it's upfront about what it is. This is a game where you just set off fireworks. It looks kind of cool. It's very much kind of a screensaver, though, I think. This looks like I can look at this fireworks for a whole day and then realize the zen. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Giscard. Okay, so this is one positive review, no negative reviews. A couple of people are using it. 24th of January. By far the most popular day-over-day game so far. I'm gonna guess maybe 200 people check this one out. Like, it's very upfront about what it is. It's just click to make fireworks happen. You know, sometimes that's what you want. Moving on to F1 Crazy Stunts. F1 Crazy Stunts. For sale for $2.99, down from $4.99, and this is another game by our friends Atomic Fabric and Christian Menelaki. So these two are very similar to Yusuf Islam Sayen and Saman Akar in that they release lots and lots of games. Also, many of them related to buses. In this case, though, it's F1 Crazy Stunts. So this is an F1 racer game, I guess. Let's see. Okay. Wow. I have to respect the transition, right? Look at that. That is such a wild transition. Okay. So, have you ever imagined doing stunts with a Formula 1 car? Welcome to the parallel universe! Exclamation mark. Extremely short thing, and no description. Okay. So, went up on the 19th of January. Five followers and no reviews. Why is it so slow? I don't know. That is a little surprising. You have a good point. Like, the whole point of these cars is that they're really fast. I think it's because they're reusing the same car model that they, like, car physics simulation that they used on their last game, which was, oh no, this one. This is their last car game, which was like out 5 days ago, something like last week, which is kind of the same premise, except in this one you're like, I don't know what kind of car this is, but same kind of idea where you're a car flying around in space, and it's also very slow. So I think they had a car physics system and they just put it on another car. That would be my guess. I have 20 moving I don't know. Best of luck again, Atomic Fabric, Christian Menelaki. I hope this is working for you. Moving on to Hill Climb. Hill Climb, which is for sale for $5.84, down from $6.49, developed and published by GTG or GT Game. Hill Climb is a parkour car game. Okay, cool. Players can control different cars to play the game. When the car touches gold coins, they can get extra points. Okay. This is definitely giving me like 2003 Newgrounds vibes. Okay, so they've got a Jeep. They have a couple of different biomes. Oh, you play as a tank? All right, that's funny. That got a giggle out of me. You can control different cars to play the game, and it's not like the original game, but it's okay and expensive. By the way, there's not much cars and MCs. I love the tank. I agree, the tank's great. January 22nd. 4 followers and 1 positive review. I think this one's gonna probably sell 60 copies, maybe. Best of luck, GT Game. Moving on to House of the Soul. House of the Soul is for sale for $4.99, developed and published by Corinthi. Begin a journey of deception and discovery in House of the Soul, a first-person exploration and story-based experience. Explore an isolated mansion and descend into its lower levels as you discover the hidden secret project of the obsessive inventor who lives there. Alright, we're definitely going in a short-form horror kind of direction, I think, on this one. Okay. We've got a story. We have some very nice graphics. I think this is another Unreal joint. Resident Evil vibes for sure, yeah. Going for the spooky house. Time to crate is what? 1 minute and 11 seconds? Not bad. As a final instruction, journey to the De La Crevier mansion. Am I wrong in thinking Crevier is a weird name? Alright, so we don't have a monster, but we do have a pretty cool environment. I think the lack of the monster may be a problem for short-form horror games because people do like the monsters. You are a detective, that's cool. 3 distinct levels to explore, each with their own layer of the De La Crevier mystery. Can't speak today. Unique puzzles in every level to test Detective Everett's skills. Alright, let's see what people are saying. There's only 1 review in English. Good games with great graphics and storyline. However, there should be a save feature. Other than that, I would recommend For the Price and if you like exploration games. Okay. I agree. Save is an important feature to have. Alright, down to January 19th. And 22 followers. So this one looks kind of cool. 2 positive reviews, not bad. But I don't know if this one is going to get picked up by the people that I'm normally thinking of when I think of people who play horror games and get them a lot of exposure, right? I look at a lot of what people do when they're making short-form horror games, and I think, okay, you knew you were making a short-form horror game, and so you didn't market it because you're hoping that, like, Jacksepticeye picks it up and plays it, and then you get a bunch of eyes on it. And that's fine for most of them, but if you're doing that, you have to make a game that is funny to stream, basically. You want to get Markiplier to yell, basically. And in this game, I don't see that happening. This looks like much more like a sedate kind of puzzle game with, like, a plot line and stuff. So, as it's a different kind of version of this, I think they needed to do more marketing. What is considered short form? I would consider, like, short form horror basically anything below 3 hours. I think that there are a lot of really cool there's a lot of very cool horror games that are between like 1 and 3 hours. Most of the short form horror games, the ones that I call short form horror games that are specifically built for that model where they're looking to get a streamer to play it and then get boosts from that, are between like 5 minutes and half an hour. So they have really, really short production timelines. If they get 10,000 sales, they'll like 100% make their money back. In this case, there was some interest for it because there is escape room stuff. I prefer horror that builds dread over monsters scaring you and jump scares. I agree. Like that's certainly my preference for horror games. I like horror games where either like the environment steadily gets weirder. Like I'm a big fan of Silent Hill and like the Dark World stuff. Though those do show the monsters a lot. So I don't mind seeing monsters, but in terms of like you want to get the attention of YouTubers or streamers, putting a monster in your capsule is really important because it's like, hey, there's going to be something to react to, right? Because there's also a bunch of games that are kind of short form horror games where there's absolutely nothing in them. There were a couple of games like that came out like 2 weeks ago or so, where it was just sort of like, this is a creepy environment that you can walk around with a flashlight, and then you have to fix a fuse box and you can leave. And it's like half an hour long. And they might be well-crafted environments, and they might be very spooky to creep around in. But if there's no payoff, they don't make a good stream or YouTube video or whatever, right? So specifically within this unusual ecosystem that this particular kind of game works on, they don't work because they're not trying to immediately sell to their audience. They're trying to sell to an audience of YouTubers who then sell their game to their audience, right? It's a weird economic model for this kind of game. So as it stands, I don't think Corinthi is going to be particularly happy with the sales on this one. Even though, I mean, it is an escape room game. If they have good puzzles in here, which unfortunately I don't think they're selling with the trailer, I don't see how the puzzles are working. But they do have like a hidden object and escape room in their tags. So what am I going to guess? I'm going to guess 150 for this one, I think. Moving on to our next game, which is Jetfire. Jetfire is for sale for $5.84, down from $6.49. Developed and published by JSC. Now I think, I could be wrong about this one, but I think JSC and WXM, the Whac-A-Mole game people, might be the same people. Wait. Coins with a little crown on them. Okay, so we've got a little jetpack game, right? We've got a little guy with a jetpack and a gun, and it seems like it's an infinite runner, maybe? Or is this level-based? Parkour plus shooting game. Players not only need to avoid train obstacles through the ejector. Okay, I think they mean the jetpack here. But also kill the enemy through shooting. But oh, right, this is from Archer. These are the people who made Archer Hero Must Die, which was another game that came out a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so this is in early access, apparently. And they have a couple of different little character models. Okay, so I'm guessing this is probably a mobile port. That would be my guess. Because, right, like this is a game that you could play with one button. Like the previous game, the Archer game, you could also play with one button. Went up on January 22nd. Picked up 1 follower and no reviews. I am going to guess, like, it doesn't look bad. 40, maybe? That's going to be my guess. Alright, our next game is Love School Days, which is for sale for $7.79, developed and published by OTL Games. I'm really hoping that there's not boobies on here. No. Alright, cool. The protagonist is trapped in the world of a love game. Can you return to the real world again? Try to escape while running away from the gal game heroine, a love simulation style survival horror game. Okay. So this is like a dark isekai. Okay, so we have a bunch of cute characters. All right, what is the game though? Okay, I do think I've seen someone playing this. I think I've seen one of those the YouTubers that I've been talking about. I think I saw someone play this. You're running away from a scary schoolgirl who will stab you to death. Um, as far as like premises for short form horror games go, like this is fantastic. This is very very funny. 93 players right now with 275 at peak, and looks like they did very little marketing for this, but until yesterday, and then they started marketing the heck out of it, and a bunch of people picked it up. So this has been clearly in development for a while. I think I saw someone play the itch.io version of this. Though I could just be remembering that wrong. Picked up 700 or so followers, and 50 positive reviews and 5 negative reviews. So they probably already sold about 2,000 copies of this. I definitely think more people are going to be looking at this, so I'm going to guess 6,000 for this. Nice job, OTL game. That is a bananas premise, and I'm here for it. Moving on to Minibots TD. Minibots TD is for sale for $7.64, down from $8.99. Developed and published by RoboGames. It's defense time. Arrange your forces against the invading robotic tribe called the Cades. Choose your arsenal and place them wisely for excellent road defense. Provide your defenses against challenging enemies. Interesting that they don't use the word tower in here anywhere, because this is another tower defense game, right? They don't use the word tower defense anywhere. This is called Minibots. No use of the word tower. Okay, now here we go. Now they have the word tower in here. No reviews. The capsule's a little awkward. I like that we have a bunch of different kinds of units here, but it's they're so small that it's hard to read. Again, this could just be that my eyesight is bad, but I look at that capsule and I am a little ambiguous as to what I'm actually looking at for a few seconds, which is not what you're looking for. All right, January 15th. And 8 followers. So I don't think they did much in the way of promotion on this one, which is a bummer because it doesn't look bad as far as tower defense games go. They don't really look like robots, though. I mean, some of them do, kind of, but they mostly look like trucks. It looks like you're blowing up trucks. Alright. I'm going to guess 40 for this one. Moving on. Hey, Jessica. We are about halfway done, I think. How many more do we have? Yeah, 17 left. Still a bunch. Our next game is Raffucus Piedron, the Ancient Hero, which is for sale for $6.49, developed and published by Vladimir C., leading me to suspect that this is a solo dev, in which case, congratulations, you made a game and put it on Steam. Immerse yourself in this 2D prehistoric adventure inspired by old beat-em-up style games, traveling through different maps, crushing and defeating all of the enemies that try to subdue your town and family. Okay. So you're a caveman beating up hyenas. Okay, well, that's enough of that. No reviews. Nobody played it, probably for the best. Uh, 10, maybe? Alright, moving on. Our next game is Running Robot Man 4. For sale for $5.84, down from $6.49. Developed by Jackson Nexhip and published by Slightly Esoteric Studios. It certainly was something, wasn't it, Queen Bee? Okay. Running Robot Man 4. Parasail over lava, blast monsters with your laser, and explore AI-generated dungeons in this multiplayer action platformer. Oh. Okay, that's kind of cool. You have a sort of like literally a parasol that you can float with. That's cute. And you're a little robot person. Okie dokie, couple of reviews here, or one review. This is a great game by itself, but when you play with other players, it really shines. Oh, there's multiplayer here. Alright, cool. Levels are randomly generated, so no matter how much you play, you're never quite sure what to expect. Okay, no reviews, though. Oh, no. We just looked at one review. What am I doing? Not a lot of people playing it, and it went up on the 23rd. Well, it picked up 8 followers. So, Jackson Nexhip, I'm guessing that is a solo developer. I think, have you made a bunch of other ones? No, okay. So this is Running Robot Man 4, but I don't think there were other Running Robot Man games. Let me just double check. Maybe it was made by someone else or under a different name. Nope. Okay, so this is the only one. I wonder why it's called 4. Maybe it's because it's 4 players maximum? I don't know. This is one I think is suffering from a lack of marketing. I think there's some people who would be interested in this one, but I don't think that they were reached out to. So for your next one, tell people about your game. It's important. And tell them early and often. And I'm going to guess maybe 80 for this one. Moving on to Secret Dimension, which is for sale for $3.30, down from $3.89. Developed and published by Half Slice Studio. Secret Dimension, a mind-bending platformer that will test your skills and keep you guessing, master illusions, beat the clock, and set new high scores. Okay, so we have a little person who can run around on the platforms. They're very cute. And you go up. Alright, that was pretty easy. But what is the puzzle? Like, I'm digging the visual style, but so far we have no interactive elements. You're just running and picking things up. Oh no, she fell off and did not have a falling animation. Oh. Are you walking through... Okay. Okay, I can't tell if that is intentional or that is a bug. Which is not great. I'm guessing that there's a bunch of hidden stuff, right? Like there's some of the ground you will fall through, some of the ground you can't walk through, but it's not clear that that's what's happening. Yeah, it's missing some kind of visual feedback, right? Like if you have a game where that kind of no response is fine if it's a rage game, right? Like if the point is this is a wildly unfair, unforgiving thing, then it's fine not to do the feedback because it's just sort of like, haha, fuck you, memorize this shit. But if if it's actually a puzzle game, then and it's like sort of a memory puzzle, you have to memorize which tiles are safe to walk on and stuff, then you do need a visual, right? You need the tile to fade out, and particles and a sound and a bunch of other stuff to like sell the fact that like this happened intentionally and not because the physics is glitchy. No reviews. I did like the character though. I thought that was very cute. January 24th. 4 followers. Again, got to tell people about your game. Also, I think that like even with just a little bit more polish, this game would look a lot better because the first 2 puzzles not being puzzles made me think, oh, this is just a game where it's not really a game. Like there's no puzzles or anything. And then we saw there was actually a puzzle, but it was very weird looking. So, what am I gonna guess on this one? I'm gonna guess maybe 30. I think. I do really like the sort of vaporwave art style though. Very cool. Moving on to Skyemont Adventure. Skyemont Adventure is for sale for $7.79, developed and published by Skyemont LLC. This game is in pre-release. No, it's in early access now. Content is subject to change. Battle your way through hordes of enemies, find treasure, and explore cool maps. Skyemont Adventure is a simple hack and slash designed to be fun and easy to pick up with a survival style twist. Okay. You're killing Spyro. I don't know if he deserved that. Killing Spyro again. Alright, the combat looks fairly simple, but at least they have a variety of environments. I think this one might be going up into early access a little early, because there doesn't appear to be a whole lot to do. Also, they have like debug information in the trailer, which is I wouldn't recommend having that even for an early access game. Early access is really your launch, and you kind of have to look at everything that you do after early access as like ongoing support rather than as development. This is up on the 24th. 9 followers and no reviews. I don't know about this one. I am tentatively going to say 40 for that one. Moving on. 2. Snowbird Freestyle Snowboarding, which is for sale for $29.24, down from $38.99, developed and published by Gaming Limited. Snowbird is or SNWBRD is a snowboarding game like Amped and inspired by the Amped original Xbox game, an action-packed open-world snowboarding game that lets players experience the thrill and freedom of shredding the slopes. It looks pretty cool. The fact that we are only seeing color changes on the character leads me to think that there isn't much in the way of customization of the character, which is a huge thing for these games. For this kind of like sports acrobatics games, having like a customizable character is a really big thing, and so not seeing that is a little concerning. It is also early access. Features a wide variety of challenges and competitions. How long will this game be in early access? And no reviews. I'm guessing they released this really fast. Yes, okay, all right. So also January 24th. And they picked up 9 followers. I'm actually going to guess slightly higher than this. The numbers kind of bear out. I'm going to guess maybe 200. I think that they could have a cool game here, but whenever you're like really closely referencing something here and they mention Amped, you have to be like, you have to make that argument of why do I play your game and not Amped, right? And I don't know if they've made that argument yet. Best of Luck Gaming Limited, but yes, that is going to be my guess for the moment. Moving on to SokoMage, which is probably going to be a Sokoban game. That's going to be my guess. $2.07, down from $2.59. Developed by Antonio Felipe and published by Aphil Games. SokoMage is a new top-down puzzle that will push your brain to the limit. Slap rocks, avoid bushes, and hit the crystal to reach the end. Can you smash your way to the final level? Slap rocks. That's one way of describing stuff, huh? Okay, so we have a little mage dude. We have a Sokoban game. You do, in fact, slap rocks. Sokoban games are a hard sell these days, though this one looks like it has more features than most of them that I've seen on here. Still, no response. One person played this, and January 7th. It's had a bit of time, but only 3 followers. Yeah, Sokoban games do not have much reach at all. It's not that they can't get a response, but it's really tough. I would say that there's kind of a reason that like Sokoban games and puzzle platformers are the games that everyone makes into game jams, and then they don't sell particularly well on Steam. So I'm going to guess 10 for this one. Best luck, Antonio Felipe. You made a game, excellent. Moving on to Sonic Colors Ultimate. I didn't know Sonic Colors was coming out today. All right, this is for sale for $37.09, down from $52.99. Developed by Blind Squirrel Entertainment and published by Sega. It's Sonic Colors Ultimate. Join Sonic in the high-speed adventure of a lifetime across a colorful interstellar amusement park. Color the universe in Sonic Colors. And ouch. Mixed reviews and only 61 of them for a full-on Sonic game. Huh. Almost nothing on the store page. What is going on here? Sonic Colors Ultimate, where did you originally come out? Okay, you came out on the Switch. And Sonic Colors was originally released on September 7th, 2021. So this is a re-release of like a definitive edition kind of thing on to another platform 2 years after its release. So that kind of explains it, but man, these are low numbers for a Sonic game. Oh, well, that kind of explains it. It looks like they just put it up today. So that would be it, kind of. Well, it does kind of make sense. Yeah. So what are people saying as far as negative reviews, though? What's wrong with this? Is it broken? Ashamed to see how they butchered the remaster of this iconic entry in the franchise, but what can you do? Delayed a year on Steam due to corporate greed, internet connection required in single-player games due to de novo. De novo. People hate that. Sega won't be happy until they push everyone to piracy. Yikes. I wish they just did an emulated re-release for a ludicrous price. DS version is better. It is a re-release of a re-release on the Wii. Yeah, and also, I think they're just pushing it out here to die, right? Like, there's no, now available on Steam. They do have a moderate press junket for this, but compared to like some of the other big games, like I don't think they're mentioning this, because they did not have the Steam page up until yesterday. De novo is terrible. I agree. It's and why, like, for a single player game? Like, why even bother with an anti-cheat for a single player game? So what am I gonna guess? I still think they're gonna sell a bunch of copies for this, but I don't think they're gonna sell many. I don't know. I'm gonna guess 30,000 is probably my guess for this one, which is very, very low for a Sonic game. But it looks like they just pushed it out here to die, basically. Like they didn't. I don't know. Weird choice on Sega's part. All right. Moving on to our next game, which is Spectator. Spectator is for sale for $11.99, down from $14.99, developed and published by Neko Machine. Okie dokie. Featuring... Oh, okay. I have seen this one. Spectator, featuring Backrooms, Slender, Faz Pizza, and many more locations based on creepy stories. You are here to watch surveillance cameras in real time and report any kind of suspicious activities. Anomalies range from furniture movement to otherworldly intruders. So this is... I recently watched a playthrough of this on Game Grumps. This is a... someone is going to mention, yeah, I'm on observation duty, right? This is an I'm on observation duty fast follow, except that they took environments from other horror games and put them into I'm on observation duty mechanics. I think it's going to be reasonably popular, but I also think that they're going to get sued. Like, the Backrooms is public domain, Slender is kind of public domain, but like, Fast Pizza, that's Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't think you can do that. I don't know. There seems to be like no indication that they have permission to do this. So, again, not a lawyer, but I expect that they might get in trouble for this one. Yeah, maybe. I hope so. Like, all right. Is this coming out of early access? Right. So this is an out of early access review, right? Or out of early access release. Some people are playing this, and it went up on September 2nd. And to be clear, I hope they don't get in trouble. I think it's a very clever idea to take like iconic indie game horror locations and put them in this kind of scenario. People are really liking it. From what I've seen of it being played, because I've seen people play this one, the gameplay is very solid for the I'm on observation duty thing, which admittedly is a very simple kind of game to make, but it is effective. I'm going to guess they're probably going to sell 3,000 copies of this one. Best of luck, Neko Machine. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do next. Next game is Spikair Volleyball. Spikair Volleyball is for sale for $23.39, down from $25.99, developed and published by Chalkabus. Control the 4 players of your volleyball team, recruit players, train them, and win tournaments to become the best volleyball club. Okay. Oh, this is kind of interesting. We have sprite characters in the 3D environment. That's always an interesting visual style. I like it. This looks pretty cool. Early access game. They have a demo. Really interesting visual style. A couple of people are playing this. The one-time discovery queue comes up with a gem. A couple of early access reviews. This is in early access, right? Okay, cool. So these are things that have come out now. So here's my guess. They put this up really recently and didn't do much promotion because I think this one has legs. Oh no, I'm completely off on that. Wow. All right. So this has been up for a while. Went up on October last 2 years ago. Picked up a few followers, but not many. Only 0.9 per day, and picked up 6 positive reviews. What am I going to guess on this one? They didn't get over 10 though. Which means Steam is probably not going to help them very much. I'm going to guess 600, I think. Which sucks, because it means that Chalkabus has been working on this for a very long time, and I don't think that they're going to get the success they're looking for. Bummer. Best of luck, Chalkabus. We're going to move on. to The Fairy's Secret. The Fairy's Secret is for sale for $12.14, down from $13.49, developed and published by Yggdra. Alright, we have a LGBTQ visual novel. In the sequel to the fantasy era visual novel The Fairy Song, Marnie and Elizabeth return to Fen Chapel to visit Marnie's grandmother. Things soon become complicated, however, when they run into two figures from the past who ought to be dead. Alright, we have cute girls in a sort of fantasy setting. Nice. Okie dokies. They're in a bunch of bundles, which is very good, especially for visual novels. Ibehime, when did your last game come out? So your previous game... you make a bunch of these. Alright. But... Fairy Song... How did this one do? 102 reviews. Okay. So not bad for visual novels. It's fun. As fun as the first game, which I recently discovered in the country that they take place, I recommend the game so far. I will update my review once I finish it. Seems like it's about 4 hours long, so not a big one as far as visual novels go. A couple of people are playing it, and the store page went up on August 21st. Picked up 105 followers. You got one positive, one negative. Whoop. So, I'm going to guess, I think 2,500 for this one? That's going to be my guess. It is the second game in a series. Second games need to work to, especially for narrative games, they need to work to sell more than their previous game. But I think the people who bought the previous game will find this game eventually. The numbers do not bear this one out, but that's going to be my guess. Visual novels often have very, very long tails, so I wouldn't necessarily expect them to sell this many right away, but over time, I expect that they will sell. Moving on. Utility Room is for sale for $15.29, down from $16.99, developed and published by King Lumps. This VR journey takes you to the behind the scenes of the universe. Beyond a door lies a barren landscape inhabited by strange rocky heads. Here, the maintenance and heavy lifting required to keep existence stable and temporal. You are a tourist. Don't do anything foolish. I think we just did something foolish in the video, though. All right, these are some cool environments. I'm digging this. Are we just walking around, or are we just like watching giant heads loom around? It seems to be mostly watching. And that's necessarily a bad thing, but utility room. I think this is a cool capsule image. It's by far the most interesting experience I've ever had in VR. It looks like it's about an hour long, an hour and a half. Original aesthetic, single developer, good sounds. Wow, single developer? Extremely impressive, King Lamps. It looks like it's a little buggy, and the controls aren't working on all hardware. Needs a button to access menus. Textures are good. Rune is very harsh, but glitches in VR are like not necessarily worse than glitches in non-VR games, but are certainly more like viscerally upsetting, where you're like stuck in a wall or in the floor or something. Went up on July 30th. Didn't pick up many followers. I think, as is often the case for solo developers, I doubt that King Lumps put out, like, did a lot of promotion. What am I going to guess for this one? A 600? I think I'm gonna guess 600. It does look like a very interesting VR experience. I hope that they are able to iron out any of the bugs that people are experiencing. Moving on to Tower Tactics Liberation, which may be our third tower defense game for today, which is a lot of tower defense games. We will see. It is for sale for $12.31, down from $14.49, developed and published by AzraWorks. We fused deck building roguelikes and tower defenses in a way never seen before. Deploy your towers, collect valuable trinkets, and cast powerful spells to defend yourselves against the Salkoth. I wonder what those are. We've got lots of cards. I like the text on the screen. It is like useful for people like me who don't watch trailers with sound on, because it's telling us what these things are. But you are not showing us the game. Okay, there we go, the game. Did you show it to us right at the beginning? No. No. Alright, so I think that that's probably a misstep as far as trailer design goes. You have to show the game fast so people know what genre it is, because that's like the main filter for people selecting our game. Is this a genre I like? Does this look competently made? Is there a hook? Those are the three primary filters. While I like all of the like ancillary stuff, like the cards look cool, looks like there's a lot of depth to this. The actual gameplay itself is very basic looking. It looks like we only have one kind of enemy here, or maybe two. There's these little cat-looking ones with more rounded edges. I don't know if they function differently. There's no evidence that they do. Yeah, that's a problem. I would say, again, do we have any different enemies? Okay, it looks like we do kind of have different enemies. Hard to tell. Okay, but looks like they do have a pretty good response on this one. They have a Discord. Excellent job. Small and simple store page. Is this coming out of early access? Yes, version 1.0. Okay, so this has been in early access for a while. Macrinieth didn't like it, but did play for over 102 hours before leaving a negative review, and then went back and played for another 6.5 hours. So they got something here. Yeah, this is a good game. It is Slay the Spire meets a normalizing TD, kind of like Kingdom Rush. And it didn't take me long to realize which cards infinite and which cards are simply overpowered. Even though there are differences in decks, you'll end up targeting the same cards over and over again with no real agency or choice. Okay. Okay, so this review tells me, like, okay, there isn't an infinite amount of tactical variety here. Great band of tower defense and deck building, Slay the Spire. All right, very cool. These are all recent. Bunch of people playing it, and it looks like they went into early access almost 1 year ago, and they trusted themselves. All right, cool. So August 5th. $3,144 followers. So they have sold maybe somewhere between 18 and 20,000 copies of this already. Most people are estimating higher than I am. I tend to be really conservative in what I guess. I'm gonna guess 30,000, I think, sales for this one. Really nice job, AzraWorks. Definitely found yourself a hook there. Toy Flying Car is our next game for $5.84, down from $6.49, developed and published by MYH. Toy Flying Car is a car racing game. The car controlled by the player can win when it reaches the finish line first. Okay, so we have a kind of like Tonka Trucks kind of game. Okay. So this looks kind of slow. All right, do we have a bunch of different tracks, or is this always the same track? Always the same track, looks like. Okay, so one track, and no reviews. So, I'm going to come up with this conspiracy theory. So here's my conspiracy theory. I think MYH, JSC, and WXM are all the same company. They're just operating under different names. My incredible deduction is based on the fact that they are all 3-letter names, and they're all releasing games that have the same kind of feel to them. I am interested to see if I am wrong. This came out on January 24th and picked up 1 follower. I'm going to guess they're going to sell 10 of these, probably. Our next game is Voxabular PI, Penny's First Case. For sale for $10.49, developed and published by Tilt Studios Incorporated. Not what I was expecting, but alright. Learn Spanish by playing, not by studying. Practice languages by solving mysteries in this mix of classic text adventure and point-and-click genres. Huh. So it looks like they have a parser. Alright. Fun little voxel characters. Definitely not what I was expecting. Alright. Interesting. Alright, this went up August 16th. Did not pick up many followers, only 13, and got no reviews, and also it does not appear that anyone played it. I still think it's a cool idea. I like the idea of mixing a parser in with like a modern walking around adventure game, but I think the fact that it is an educational game will turn people off. They are in NextFX, so they might get some visibility from that. As it stands, though, I'm going to guess 60 reviews? 60 estimated sales? That's going to be my guess. All right, moving on to Waves of Steel. Waves of Steel is for sale for $17.09, down from $22.79, developed and published by TMA Games LLC. If you like warships but wish they could kickflip, Waves of Steel is for you. I didn't know I wanted my warships to kickflip, but now I kinda do. Build your own custom warship and embark on a sprawling campaign filled with enemy ships, planes, submarines, and bizarre superweapons. Fast-paced arcade naval action is here. Awesome. Alright. Okay, this was in early access. It is now exiting early access. Sorry, this game is hilarious. Alright. I love the little characters. These are extremely cute. You can kickflip a boat, and some characters and flags make bigots mad. Interesting. A love letter to the Warship Gunner franchise. Wow, okay. So, you ever, like, encounter something online where you're like, oh, this is neat, and then it turns out that there's, like, an entire genre of games or whatever. It's like turning over a log in the woods and like finding an entire colony of weird little creepy crawlies that are super into apparently kick-fucking warships. Amazing. Lots of very healthy playtimes on this. This looks like this is a game that you can play for a while. People love building games, so yeah, I think this one's gonna do fine. One of the weirdest pieces of information that I have pulled out of this process is build a Navy game. I don't know why, but like they always do well. I have not seen a single Navy game do badly. I don't know. It's very weird. The store page went up January 12th, 2021. Follower numbers are not setting the world on fire, but are very decent. 177 positive reviews to 17 negative reviews. Oops. And what am I going to guess? This is probably up around 8,000 or 9,000. I think they're going to sell maybe 12,000 copies of this one. Absolutely bonkers. I love it. Excellent job, TMA Games LLC. Moving on to weird and unfortunate things are happening. Very, very accurate. Free-to-play game developed and published by Sapphire Dream Studio. Try that all over again. Sapphire Dream Games. Join Alicia as she tries to save her niece from a city warped and twisted by otherworldly beings in this eccentric RPG. Okay, we have a cool lady with a baseball bat, so I am entirely on board with this. Very cool character art. Definitely looks like an RPG Maker game, though with certainly quite a bit of custom art going on. Getting kind of Yumeneko vibes to some of the environment designs. I think this is pretty cool. I wonder how long it is. Bunch of cool little characters. There's no nightmare in Daybreak. The city is absolutely fine. Please forget that it ever existed. Nice. Turn-based RPG with a survival edge. Bunch of people liked it. Characters are great. Weird and maybe the best, one of the best indie RPGs I've ever played. Hey, and it's free. Very nice. Remember your ABCs while exploring Daybreak. Always be casting Lumen Flash. An indie JRPG made with love and care by a single person. Very impressive. Extremely impressive. Like watching a spin-off Neon Genesis Evangelion on our drugs. Nice. Well, I'm very impressed. Only 9 reviews. Did you put this up? A bunch of people are playing it. No, okay. So, unfortunately, the store page only went up last week, and they only picked up 63 followers. So, very healthy interest, but no time to build up followers or wish lists. And 9 positive reviews. No negative reviews. So, people are liking this, but not enough time. Not enough time. It is a free-to-play game, so clearly the solo developer at Sapphire Dream Games wasn't necessarily interested in making money off of this, but I do think that they would have gotten much more publicity if they had waited, if they had done more posting about it. So, what am I going to guess in terms of downloads? I think this is very easily going to get to 3,000 downloads. I think numbers don't bear it out, but followers per day is a big one. And it is free, so I may check that out later myself. Moving on to our last game, which is Yggdra Union. Yggdra Union is for sale for $25.99, developed and published by Sting. I'm gonna look into it. It's free to play, and hopefully they make a profit when they get it out there more. Yeah, I agree. Or maybe they make another game, and people remember this one, and then they make money from that. All right, so Yggdra Union. In order to recapture her homeland, Yggdra gathers. Man, that is a name. Gathers her allies and confronts the Empire. Yggdra Union is a tactics RPG that features 3 elements: the Union system, in which players team up with her allies to launch attacks, the exhilarating clash through army battles, and the tactics card, all in quotation marks. It is in early access. We have 27 positive reviews. There's definitely a lot of systems going on here. Very cute pixel art. We have an anime intro. All right, very cool. Yes, it's like Yggdrasil without the sill. Precisely. Yggdra Union released in 2006. Okay, so this is a re-release. Steam release of a game from 2006. I was confused again because it's like, wow, this is very, very, very high effort. Why are there only 27 reviews? I'm guessing this was dropped on Steam either today or within the last week. A bunch of people asking for other games by the same studio to be ported. Reeks of PSP game emulated on PC with a basic filter, which it may be that. Still, I always approve of games getting ported to different places, just for archival purposes. I think it was on the PS2. Yeah, 2006 would be PS2, yeah. A bunch of people are playing it, picked up a bunch of followers, and yes, I am correct. This was put up last week. So absolutely no time to build up interest or hype, but still managed to get a whole bunch of followers. So 23 positive, 3 negative. I could very easily see them selling 25,000 with this one. Clearly, the interest is there. Tactics games are wildly underserved. People really like tactics games, but there aren't very many of them that come out. I think because they are conceptually difficult to make. Like you need like serious game design work to make a tactics game, and like just to get it up and running compared to other games. And so it's intimidating to indies. Indies generally don't make tactics games. And that is it. Those are all of our games. Hooray! Those were the games for the 6th of February, 2023, coming out on Steam. Most games are single player with 28 of them, so about more than half of them were flagged as single player. It is an indie early access day. Lots of early access games with action and adventure coming in behind casual. Lots of games flag themselves as casual, which I don't know if that's a good flag. I don't know. I don't know if anyone goes out looking for casual games specifically. Absolutely dire in terms of the total number of games that came out with absolutely no reviews. We are over 50%. This is probably the worst day for this that I have seen so far. Majority of games came out and got negligible sales, like under 50 sales, which is really nasty. And I think that's it. I think that's all from me today. Thank you all for coming by and hanging out and asking questions and stuff. That was really nice. I wish you all the best. I hope you have a lovely Tuesday. That's it for me. Bye.